Okay, take 64.
Welcome to Gameography, the podcast about games and the people who make them.
This is really the intro.
I was just going because you started.
Okay, take 65. Today we're playing Starfox 65.
Ooh, that'd probably be better.
Oh,
I mean,
anything. No.
Listen, we can't get into that yet.
Listen, save it for the pod.
This is a podcast about people and the games that they make.
I think we already... People in the games that they make. That's good. That could actually be
That's
our
our
slogan.
65th. We've done 65 of these.
Probably.
Now, right?
Feels like that.
Yeah.
Feels like I was born Goggin. There's not past one day I haven't.
Lady Gaga was born in her certain way. You were born a Goggin.
Born a Goggin. Toboggan. Born a Goggin.
Born
Wear
inside a
toboggan.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You get it. Honestly though, Devin, do you know anyone who calls it a toboggan? Do you ever call it that?
Yeah. Well.
And for the listeners out there,
I don't
talking about beanies, right?
Wait, what? No, a toboggan is a sled.
Hold on.
Damn.
Hold on.
I don't even know how to spell it.
Toboggan.
Wait. Okay, I put it into search and so for suggested things to search was toboggan space hat and then underneath that toboggan space sled. What the hell?
Okay.
But the definition is a sled. So what is the hat thing?
Definition is a sled, but the picture's a hat.
Hold on. People also ask, is toboggan a sled or a hat?
I'm asking that right now. So
in the American South, where snow is rare, the connection between toboggan and sled faded. And
oh my gosh.
And the primary definition of toboggan became the hat.
That's insane.
Did you learn that?
Yeah.
From here?
Yeah, I was gonna the next thing I was gonna say was there's I have a student at work who is very southern. Like he was born and raised in West Virginia, I think, and then moved to Nashville later. Huh?
He smokes tobacco off the plantation that his family owns.
Yeah. That's how southern he is. Wearing a toboggan. But he always says toboggan to me. He also says commode instead of bathroom. And he also says lots of other weird stuff, but that's not...
That is great. Okay, wow. But yes, I do know people who say toboggan to mean sled. I've never heard about hats, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that it also is a sled, even though I think I knew that at one point.
Yeah. Wow.
So this is the podcast about toboggans and the people who wear them or ride on them.
This is your Southern Etymology podcast.
Toboggan and Goggin?
Toboggan with the goggers.
Goggin in a toboggan.
Do you think there's
Goggin in a toboggan because it works both ways.
Do you think there's a toboggan, any toboggan video games that we could stream? and it's toboggan with the...
Goggin with the toboggans.
Goggin in a toboggan.
Yeah, and the picture would be us in a sled wearing toboggans.
Yeah, it's like the cover art, but then our faces photoshopped over the characters.
Yeah.
I know there's a snowboarding game for the Nintendo 64.
Oh yeah, well there's Snowboard Kids.
Snowboard Kids?
Yes.
What is this?
You heard me right. It's a game where you're kids that snowboard.
Is that for the N64?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
It's one of the most nostalgic games to me of all time.
I've never heard of that.
I actually downloaded it last night. So, Devin,
Did you play
onto
it?
my Nintendo 64 legally.
Wow.
I haven't played it recently.
I'm looking at the cover art and it is wild. This guy's got a giant nose. 5 out of 5 on GameStop.
Well,
whatever that means.
if anyone knows, it's GameStop.
Mr. GameStop gave it 5 stars.
Mr.
Wow.
GameStop.
So do you think can you unlock a toboggan in that game?
You can play as a toboggan.
A toboggan with a giant nose?
A PT, playable toboggan.
Wow, there's a DS. Did you know this?
Really?
There's a DS version. If you wanted to play just the slide part of Mario 64 for the whole game.
Yeah, that really
This is the game for you.
It's like Mario Kart, but going down the slide in Mario 64.
Yeah.
That actually is very accurate. But they also have giant noses. Super Mario Snowboard Kids.
There's also Snowboard Kids 2 for the N64.
I have that one too, yeah.
Wow. Well, as you can probably tell, we're talking today about Starfox 64. So let's go get into that.
Let's go. Hey, want to get out of here and get into that?
Want to jump in a little R-wing? Fly out of here? You drink, I drink. That's the rule.
That's the rule.
The rule.
We have one rule.
We have 2 rules. Rule number 1, take your load off. Rule number 2, you drink, I drink. Listener, that means you must drink when we drink. Tim's going to edit out when we drink, but you still have to know somehow.
Yeah, we'll let you know. You'll know.
Well, Tim will put in a third layer of audio very quietly of him ASMR drink.
Now is the time to drink.
When you hear the following sound, drink, and then a really high def water droplet falling sound. What was that? That was the wind.
You know the sound the water makes? But it's all reverby.
Yeah. Before we get to Star Fox 64, before we get on topic, Star Fox 2 is a weird thing.
Bet you weren't expecting that one.
But you weren't expecting that.
What, do you think that went straight from Star Fox 1 to 64? We're covering all 64 of the Star Fox games.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit... You probably noticed on your phone or whatever that this is a very long
several
episode.
Days long.
This episode's going to be 64 hours long.
Podcast Addict stops saying it in minutes and then eventually starts saying it in days. But no one knows that because no one gets to the level that we get to of minutes of audio.
Yeah. It's that it replaces the skip forward by 30 seconds to skip forward by 30 minutes.
All this is coded into Podcast Addict. Nobody knows because no other
podcast player does this.
No, they don't have the technology.
That's why we're sponsored by Podcast Addict.
I was actually about to say, do you think they would sponsor us? I want, because they're the underdog to me, and they're a very sympathetic app. And I think that would boost us if we could be sponsored by
That'd boost them too. I mean, they need that GOG.
Who doesn't
that
need
GOG
that GOG? They need a GOG boost, a GOG boost.
So we talked about Star Fox before.
Yeah, you may recall
on the old Super Nintendo.
To quote the episode, Miyamoto's Nadir in his gamography, in his GOG,
and Miyamoto's personal GOG. We've since moved to the Nintendo 64, but we're going back, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
So they so it's crazy. They made this whole game, Star Fox 2, for the Super Nintendo, planning to release it. They finished it, completely finished the game, and even I
didn't even completely finish that game.
Translated it and everything, and then decided not to release it.
What? Why?
Basically, the story from that is because the Star Fox was obviously their graphics showcase kind of game.
Yeah.
And then this game was going to come out in 1995, and that's when both the PlayStation and the Sega Saturn came out, and so those just did 3D graphics way better.
Yeah, that's a lot less impressive.
Yeah, so
there's a PlayStation.
It's still really. It's still very strange that they decided not to release it.
Yeah, because it's what do you have to lose?
Yeah, I think it. I mean, I feel like there's no confirmation for this, but a lot of places I read did say that Miyamoto was the one who canceled it, which does seem like a very Miyamoto thing. Listen, if we're not going to be the best, then what's even the point?
Yeah, that does feel like that next level kind of Miyamoto business mind. And actually, I do see why you would not want to release it, because it's you can just kind of stay quiet while these other platforms release better 3D games, or you could release that and then kind of brand yourself as the outdated one.
Yeah,
which they were. So it's you want to avoid that perception probably.
Yeah, I guess.
But they still should have, because this one, it's just like the first Star Fox, but kind of good.
Yeah,
from the 15 minutes I played. But
yeah, no, it's significantly better than the first Starfox in my opinion, at least.
Oh my gosh,
So another interesting thing about this game is let me look up who the director of the first Starfox was. Because oh, it's the same guy. Okay, so it's the same director.
Oh wow.
Who would go on to create the Animal Crossing series.
Oh, did you talk about that in the other one?
No, I don't think I knew that.
That's crazy.
It's truly crazy, but yeah.
It's also funny that there's something very similar in like the animal characters, and like I guess they're like little personalities to me.
Yeah. Though I think Miyamoto is the one that came up with the animal characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was like he like wanted to make a space like game, but he was like, I don't want to do like just dudes. Like,
yeah,
it's like, let's make it fun. Let's make it animals.
More fun. Which it definitely does make it a lot more interesting, I think, with these characters. Like, I feel like I think I said this in the other one, but that to me is like what makes this better than all the other kind of like space games that Nintendo did or other people did like before this.
Mm-hmm. They still like they don't really have much like character to like. I mean, like they look. They're not
cool richly fully developed characters like in Mario, for example.
Yeah, Mario, and Luigi Mario. Listen, there's a backstory there.
There is something about dinosaurs. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like a parent who would name their children that, they need to be questioned.
Yeah.
But so this game, during the development, the director Katsuya Eguchi, the Animal Crossing guy, he wanted to like change it up because like the original Star Fox is just like you go level to level and then you're done. He wanted to make it more like, so it'd be like different every time you play.
Oh, okay.
And I have to imagine they didn't actually talk about it in these terms because this is so like a modern day like way that people talk about games, but because it's from a more recent interview, but they wanted to make it more like a roguelike structure is what the programmer said.
Yeah, was Miyamoto just like, it needs to be more roguelike, almost a Dark Souls like. What's that called? Souls like.
Yeah. But it is interesting because so you're not like going from level to level necessarily. You're like flying around. You can like click kind of where you want to fly around on this overworld, and there's like enemy ships flying around trying to attack Corneria. So you can like stop. You can fly to them and stop them while they're like on their way there.
Yeah. And
if they make it to the planet, then they like do like damage to it, and then I think if that gets to 100%, you lose. There's like I saw when you were playing, you had like 12% damage.
Oh, okay.
So I think if that gets to 100%, then that's how you lose.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
And it doesn't explain this at all. Right?
I feel like it does.
I had no idea what was going on. Maybe I just kind of skipped through it.
It does say at the beginning that like if it gets to 100%, like you lose basically.
I was confused. I didn't realize that at all. So I don't know what that tells you. Yeah, it definitely, you could tell that they were trying to make it way more complicated. I feel like just in general, like probably after the kind of like worlds they've been putting into Mario and stuff, it feels more like that. Weird.
Yeah.
Navigating like a kind of a changing map.
Yeah, it feels like, it felt to me like very different than like any other like Nintendo game of the era.
Yeah.
Because it is like, I don't know. Yeah, I only played it once, so I don't know how different it would be. Like,
yeah.
But
yeah.
You can like go and then did you fight one of the carrier ships?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You can like, those will shoot out the little ships that go attack and like the missiles and stuff. And if you can go and like destroy those, and then that'll stop happening.
Oh, okay.
And then the other thing they added is Star Wolf and his guys.
Yeah.
Those will come after you.
Okay, great.
You had the pig guy, right, that you fought?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pigma, is that his name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I guess the other big thing, like I'd say the biggest element from this that then got carried over into Star Fox 64 is the all range mode, where it's not like you're just flying like straight. You're in like a little arena basically, and you can fly around in circles and stuff.
They heard my complaints from the first one.
Well, and it's just like that's just what this game should be, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's like that's what you want out of like a spaceship like fighting game.
Yeah.
Is to be able to like fly around and like go behind people and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's like how like the wolf like fights and stuff all work.
Yeah. But I feel like I can see why they wouldn't do that for like the whole game, either in this one or 64. It's because like the problem with all of these games in general is that it just doesn't, at no point does it feel natural or fluid enough to like not be kind of in the way of playing it.
Yeah.
And especially those areas just kind of like really frustrated me.
I like those areas probably. I mean, yeah, it is very, especially Star Fox 2, it's like a little easier in 64 to like tell where you're supposed to go and stuff. Because they also add like a little mini map in the corner where you can see like
that was
dots.
Super helpful.
Yeah, but even that, it's like, it's a 2D map that's representing 3D space. So it's like, are they above me or below? Like, I have no idea.
Yeah.
There's just like a little arrow pointing like, go this way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is frustrating when you're like trying to just find where a guy is and the whole screen is just black because there's like nothing graphically going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just feels like you're like flying in circles at a certain point. But I do like that addition. And then the other thing that they added is like on the planet levels and stuff, you can transform into like a walking guy.
And I played as Slippy, and it felt like I was playing kind of as a frog in these levels. So did it seem any different when you were a fox?
I mean,
when you were
it looked different. I didn't like play when you were playing Slippy, so I don't know if it probably doesn't feel. I don't know though. I was curious about that.
Really sophisticated. If they made like you kind of like move more like a frog. You can jump.
You can jump. Yeah, that's truly
much
the secret.
Like frogs do.
That's the secret from this game. This is the real first 3D like platformer that Miyamoto worked on. Because so the programmer, I think they must have taken out this stuff, but the programmer, one of the main programmers, talked about how they had more like 3D platforming sections where it was more like very similar to like what Mario 64 ended up being like, with like spinning like platforms and stuff and moving things that you had to like jump around.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Makes sense why they took it out, because it doesn't work very well.
I can't imagine that would be anything less than just infuriating.
Yeah, just like the frame rate and stuff is so bad. But wow. I actually like very much enjoyed playing it. I did like, it was also significantly easier than like the original Star Fox.
Yeah.
It was like I beat it in the first like try.
So you beat this whole game, the second one? How long did it take you?
Like 30 minutes to an hour maybe.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. And then you can unlock like harder difficulties, I think.
Yeah, I saw that. I kind of like that they laid it out more like clearly, where you do easy, medium, or hard, as opposed to in the first one
just picking randomly.
Yeah, like I did, and accidentally chose the really hard path.
Yeah. That's actually just all of them though. Really hard path.
It's yeah.
So that's Star Fox 2.
Yeah, it was interesting. I liked it.
So they never released it, and then so the other thing is they also like advertised it for like months.
What?
Because they were going to release it, and then they decided not to.
Oh, so I wasn't even picturing that. That's ridiculous.
No. Yeah, because they would start, I think, advertising games like obviously while they were still being made. So
they
like
just all these people like were just like, oh, I guess I can't buy this Star Fox.
Yeah, for like 20 years. People have been like wanting to, because people were like really hyped about it.
Yeah.
And then it just never came out. So like in 2018 or in 2019, whenever like the Switch SNES thing came out, they finally released it. There was like a leaked ROM online but apparently it was not like the finished game.
That's
it was
crazy.
Like missing stuff.
Oh, geez. So this
is like the only like true.
Wow.
Yeah, like way to play it.
That's surprising that they didn't do that earlier. Like, why wouldn't they put it out on the Wii or something?
I know. It's crazy. I think it's just like classic Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo's just so weird. Miyamoto is so weird.
Yeah. Just like, no, that game doesn't exist.
Yeah, they should have. I'm sure that this is better than the first one to play, like all the way through.
Yeah. Still just the final boss is still just a box. So good stuff there. It's like basically the same like boss battle, but like slightly less infuriating.
That's good.
Because I actually beat it, which I did not in the original Starfox nor 64.
You didn't beat 64?
I didn't beat the final boss. Like, I got to him.
What?
And then I was just like, I just don't care. Like, I mean, I fought him for a while.
Wow.
And then I was...
I was like, well, maybe we should save it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll save it. Save it for the pod.
So this was a canceled game, and to commemorate that, we have another edition of Devin's Dungeon. Okay, so Devin's Dungeon to review. You must go through this dungeon, much like Link. You have 3 hearts. What should your fake prize be today?
Yeah, last time I was a rotisserie chicken, which Devin never bought me. I'd say I've been having this week root beer flavored seltzer water. Did I give you one of those last week?
Yeah.
So you have to buy me a case of those if I win.
A case?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was gonna be like you get to drink one. Like
they cost like it's like $3 for a case of it. Devin, come on, you can't buy them single. Let's buy the can.
I'll find a way to buy it.
Okay, you buy me 1 can of root beer seltzer water.
Yes, and so in order to exit this dungeon and get your case of root beer, what's the brand?
It's like Kroger brand.
I know, but it has a different name because it's not.
It's like Mr. Fizz or something.
Yeah, Mr. Fizz root beer seltzer. You must answer a series of questions, and this time the theme is. So basically, it'll be either a game that was released on the N64 or a game that was not released on the N64.
Oh, okay.
So I'll tell
Mario.
I'll tell you the name of the game, and then you tell me if it was released or not.
Okay.
Do you understand?
That's my Link sound.
That's like you swinging your sword.
Yeah.
As they say.
Yeah.
I've
been playing that game all week. I don't know why. I don't know. I can't think of what he actually sounds like.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Tetris Sphere.
Wow, tough one right out of the gate.
What's your guess?
Tetris Sphere. My guess is that it's a game where it's like Tetris, but they're all spheres.
They're all spheres?
Spheres, yes. That's how you pronounce that word.
Uh-huh.
Not released.
You are incorrect. Tetris Sphere was a real game.
Wow.
Developed by H2O Entertainment.
Okay.
Released in 1995. 1997.
Oh. 1997.
And it is Tetris in a sphere? I don't really understand it, but
I think I was probably right.
No, because it's not like balls are falling. It's like weirdly like I'm looking at a screenshot and it's like weirdly like warped kind of.
Oh, so it's like regular Tetris but in a sphere?
Sorry, yeah, I think don't really know. We'll move on from that.
Sounds great.
You have 2 hearts remaining.
Okay.
Tomb Raider. Tim just gave me a look of true fear.
That really is what I'm feeling. Yes, it came out.
I'm sorry, Tim. No, Tomb Raider is a PlayStation game.
Oh gosh.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, wow. Were you expecting me to die this soon? We're already at.
Yeah, you have to put that in the background.
We made that same joke last time, and I almost did, but it was so annoying I didn't do it.
Yeah. All right. Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, that came out. I have that one.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Like you had that as a kid?
No.
Oh.
I have it now.
Okay.
When I downloaded Snowboard Kids last night, I downloaded that as well.
Have you ever played that?
No, I've wanted to for a long time, but I've never actually gotten around to it. Have you?
No. Like it's
apparently really good.
Yeah, it's a game that like interests me. I feel like I've heard on the Wikipedia page there's a bunch of like stuff saying how it's really good, but I feel like I've also heard that it's not good.
Oh, really?
So
I think it's like kind of a cult classic, but that's also partially because it's like a weird, raunchy, like kind of silly game. So I don't know if it's actually like a great time to play. But.
Yeah, hey, good pod, probably.
I would do a pod of that. I'll save it for the pod.
Space bunnies must die.
Oh, Devin, I don't know. Oh, no. That didn't come out?
Oh. Space Bunnies Must Die is a third-person action-adventure game released on 1998 for Microsoft Windows 98. I think it was like originally supposed to come out for the N64 or something like that. I don't know why I chose that one.
What is that game?
That's like pretty much the information I have. Let's see. Space Bunnies Must Die has the run, jump, climb, shoot style of gameplay similar to the early Tomb Raider series. The game has 9 levels of varying levels of difficulty. On successfully completing those levels, there is a final level. That's the description.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think it like is a significant game. I just like the title of it.
Yeah, the title is significant.
Yeah,
for
sure. Okay. Resident Evil 2.
Oh, jeez. But I know that some of them did come out on like GameCube and stuff, but did they come out on no.
I'm sorry, Tim. Oh, I should have had like the sound of
I thought
and then like
I'll put that
in. I'm sorry, you failed to make it out of the dungeon. That is a tricky one though. This was a tricky dungeon.
That was, and guess what? I didn't have a fairy in my bottle, so we're screwed now.
Resident Evil 2 weirdly did come out on the N64.
There's so few Nintendo 64 games. How do I not know about any of these?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I feel like I maybe tried to make it too hard because I was like, these are all so obvious. Like, of course, like all of like
Mario.
Yeah, like Donkey Kong. Like, of course these came out.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was the only one that I was for sure.
Yeah. I thought you would get Tomb Raider, but
yeah, I don't know anything really about Tomb Raider, except now I know that it's on PlayStation.
Angelina Jolie.
I know that. Yeah, that is the one thing.
Have you seen any of those movies?
No.
Yeah. What? I don't know if anyone has.
I don't think anyone has.
It's weird though because like I was like, what is Angelina Jolie really known for? At some point, and it's like that is one of the things she's like mostly known for, which is. It's like that's not like a popular movie.
Weird, yeah.
It's like
who likes
strange.
That movie? Maybe it was really popular at the time, but no, everyone forgot about it.
I mean, they made 2, so it must have been like pretty like somewhat popular. But
then was the game character after that modeled to look like Angelina Jolie? Because I feel like the character has always kind of looked like her to begin with.
I don't think so. I mean, she just looked like a blocky like lady.
Yeah, Angelina Blocky Jolie.
I mean. Yeah, it does in the way that it's supposed to be like a pretty lady. I guess it does look like her. With triangular breasts.
Just a completely flat face.
Yeah, I mean her nose comes out a little bit, but that's about it. that looks better than I thought it would look. I think that's like maybe like a fan like up res or something, because I feel like that's even better than PlayStation 1 graphics. We're not talking about PlayStation 1 though. We're talking about the old N64. Did you have Star Fox 64 as a kid, Tim?
Is Devin's Dungeon over now?
Oh, Devin's Dungeon is over. Your soul is eternally stuck in the dungeon.
Was there like a thing that was going to lead us to, but because I died, we just don't get to talk about it? That'd be really funny.
To me, the Star Fox 2 led into that in a
okay.
strange way.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I was just thinking of any excuse to do one.
To answer your question, Devin.
Because I did.
Yeah, I feel like that
you
is...
will not answer my question.
I know that is like the difference between me and you, Devin.
No, it's really not. I mean, like, I didn't even really like it that much as a kid, so...
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I liked it, but like Star Fox 1, I don't think I ever got past like the first couple of levels.
Yeah, for sure. I actually think that my aunt had it, because I definitely played it like more than a few
times. Your aunt herself played it, or like your cousins?
Dealer's choice. I don't know. But yeah,
is this a Timur Blakely or your mom playing Game Boy situation?
This is like my mom playing Game Boy. My aunt or my grandma playing Tetris. My aunt was a master at Star Fox.
I wish that was true.
Oh man, I really wish it was too. No, but yeah,
but you did play it.
Yeah, okay. The first like 2 levels. Yeah.
So is your light like dying right now? Or did the sun just
I feel like
die?
I think actually the sun did just go down.
Okay, like it noticeably dropped. Like
I
don't know how you can like how light is measured, but like 20 of those. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I can literally. I'm looking at the shadow behind you of the light, and I just saw it change live on the air.
Yeah, your room has ray tracing on. You can see the shadows.
Real-time ray tracing. My room is very advanced. My room's running a 3080 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you I don't know, Star Fox.
So yeah, but this was probably then the first one that you played.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
only one you played, probably, right?
Yeah. Up until we did it for the GOG. That's a shirt. I did it for the GOG. And I wear that whenever I play video games.
And it's I feel like that would be Star Fox on it.
Yeah. Because if there's one game
that
we really did for the GOG. Yeah. I had only ever played the first several levels of this one.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. It always had like a place of mystery and intrigue to me as a kid, because I just couldn't quite get past those first levels, and because you can't save.
That's a good way of putting it, because that's like how I feel like that was my, in a sense, experience with it too, because it's like you would want to see the rest of the game, but you just never could.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you didn't want to see it that bad.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's
like you would play it and then like you would die and be like, okay.
Yeah, I don't want it that bad.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to play it again. Like, right, I'll play it like...
What am I going to play this game again?
I'd play it like, a few months or like a year later. Like, okay, I'll try this again. And then like
never
the same thing happens. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just what were they doing? Why did they make it like that? Because I was playing it this time, and I got like halfway through, and then I actually fully died and ran out of lives on one of the bosses.
Wow.
And I was just like, wait, this is real? Like, I'm not misremembering this? Like, I actually... And then I was able to like do a save state thing. And because I think otherwise I just would have been like, yep, I didn't finish the game.
Yeah.
It's just not worth. It's so painful to have to go back. Did you not have to do that at any point?
I mean, I would have if I had probably tried to beat the last boss. I found it a lot easier than I remembered. Like I got, so I'm curious also because if we played the same levels, because like part of the thing is that like depending on what you do in certain levels, it'll like give you the option to branch into different levels instead of like picking a course from the beginning.
Yeah. And I think that this is one of the most interesting aspects of the game, without a doubt.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
The fact that, I mean, it was just like, the third level, or what is it? The second and third one. The third level is you end it with this fight with Star Wolf, which one of my first note is just like Miyamoto just being like, what is the enemy, the natural enemy of a fox? The wolf! It's like, I don't know, there's something so silly about that to me. But after this battle, you can lose and then continue.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't beat it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to have to do this again. And then it was just like, mission accomplished, but I didn't go to a certain level. Did you beat Wolf?
Yeah.
So we played different games then.
We played probably like 1 or 2 levels different, but yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
What happens for you after that?
Well, I was given a choice to go like straight up or to the left.
Okay.
And I went to the left, which was like a lava planet.
Oh, okay. So I didn't do that.
I kind of wish I hadn't. It is like probably, I say that, but it is probably like the most memorable level to me.
Okay.
Because it's, you're like flying over lava, and there's like, and like the planet, the heat from it is so hot that you're constantly taking damage.
Ooh, okay. That's very interesting.
Which is, it's like, it's an interesting like concept for a level. I feel like it's the most like different, at least of the ones I played.
That's already though what the game is like for me in general. So I don't think I really want that.
But so like these rocks will kind of blast out of the magma.
Okay.
And when you like shoot the rocks, if you shoot those rocks, then they'll like drop the rings.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Give you more health.
Yeah, like Sonic.
So you just Starfox the Hedgehog. You gotta fly fast. Gotta boost. You gotta
do a barrel.
So basically, you have to you have to shoot all those and get those rings, because otherwise, like, you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
There's also enemies and stuff. The level's not that bad, but then the boss. Well, I had like 6 lives or something.
Oh, okay.
And I lost almost all of them trying to beat that boss. Because in addition to the boss obviously attacking you, you're just constantly losing health.
Oh yeah, that's actually
and it's
really
like
tough.
A pretty long boss fight. You have to. It's like this big magma monster with like claws, and you have to shoot off both of its arms.
Yeah.
And so like at first it's like swinging its arms at you, and then you shoot those off, and then it's like basically just the head left.
Okay, so you're just describing every boss in this game.
Yeah, kind of. And then it'll shoot stuff at you, and they have to dodge. So it's like every boss, but it also shoots the like rocks so you can get health.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
But it's kind of hard to hit those every time. Yeah. So I died a lot at that boss, and I was like really worried I was gonna die there, but I finally got through it.
Yeah, the bosses in this game are definitely very hard, I'd say. Like the one time the
first 2 I think were pretty easy.
Yeah. Definitely. There's the last like 2 bosses before what's his face, Andros, where there was the first one where you're the boss where you're in the Land Rover. That boss took me like probably like 5 tries or something.
What boss is that?
It's like a thing where you shoot off the arms and then.
Okay, I think we probably played different levels.
Oh yeah, I guess this is where I went. Where the next at one of the levels, like Slippy gets thrown down onto a planet by a boss. It's this really great sequence where you're fighting a different boss in I think it's in the asteroids or something in some asteroid level, and Pippi Slippy Pippi.
Yeah, I've heard about this where I think this is even different, where like you can save.
Really?
Slippy.
Oh, so I just didn't save Slippy. Because Slippy's just like, okay, let me try, and then everything stops, and Slippy goes up and just gets owned immediately.
Okay,
maybe thrown to a planet. Thing. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to, because it's just like a cutscene basically. Yeah. And you're just like, oh, well, that sucks. Sorry, Slippy. And then you beat the boss and you go and find him. So did you do the Land Rover at all?
I did a different land level, I think. It's like you're like, you have to blow up a train. So there's like a train on the left side of the screen that you're like shooting at, and then on the rest of the screen there's like other enemies and like kind of things in the way and stuff. And then there's a thing towards the end of the level where it's like there's an optional objective. I don't know what it unlocks, obviously, because I didn't complete it, but it's like you're supposed to there's like these 6 locks or something like that. That you have to like you're like going forward, and like so they'll be like either on the left or the right, and it'll be like 1, 2. So you shoot them, and then it like unlocks it.
Okay.
And if you get all 6, that's like what you're supposed to do. But I guess I missed some of them. But like you can't go back, so you just miss it. And they're like, okay, like at least we can fight this boss. That's literally like a line of dialogue. Like, at least we can fight this boss. And that boss sucks because it's like, how can I even describe it? It's like a multi-tiered thing, but at some point it like turns into like a helicopter kind of thing, where it's like flying above you and like sending these like spikes down into the ground.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
That like you have to then shoot those to blow it, like get them out of your way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'll just run into them and take damage. And it's just like I found the like Land Rover thing like much harder to aim.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, like classically everyone doesn't like those levels.
Oh, really?
I feel like that's, at least as a kid, I remember like that's what that's what people said. Like why did they put those in? Like,
oh, that's funny. I didn't even know that was in there because I had never gotten to that point in the game.
Yeah.
And so it was totally new experience to me. I enjoyed it. I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's like kind of a nice like change, but
at least the one that I did, I thought was fun because there's like parts where you're going under these giant like elephant like monsters, and like you can kill them, but then they'll fall and they'll be an obstacle. So it's like you kind of just avoid them. I thought that was interesting.
That's cool. Yeah,
and just roving around. It's fun.
Yeah,
rambling and roving.
So yeah, that's one of the new things in this game is that, and then there's also a submarine level.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That
How do you get to that?
I don't know. I imagine it's on like the far left.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how you get there, but
the leftists. That's what they want is submarines.
Yeah. But I knew it was there, so I like just looked up a video.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's just like without playing. I don't know if it plays any different, but like it looks like it's just like the same as like flying the ship because you can just like move around.
You're just underwater. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just the da 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 da. That music plays.
But apparently those came from the suggestion of Miyamoto, of him suggesting to the team to make a, quote, human-type craft.
Okay.
That Starfox could drive.
Human type? What does that mean?
I guess like something that like a human,
okay.
like a real vehicle, not
not
like
not something
a spaceship.
Only a fox would drive, like a plane.
Yeah. Which apparently the rest of the team didn't want to do, but Miyamoto told them to do it.
Yeah.
They originally also planned there to be more underwater levels, but decided they didn't like it very much. So
yeah, I think it's fun to have like just a few of those.
Yeah. Kind of the other significant thing about this game is it's the first Nintendo 64 game to use the Rumble Pack.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's something we didn't talk about previously, but like the back of the Nintendo 64 controller had like a port you could plug in these little like gray packs.
So weird. Such an interesting...
Yeah.
Did you have that?
Did I have what?
A Rumble Pack.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have it, baby.
You gotta have it for
feel
Banana,
the power.
Right? I don't remember ever using a Rumble Pack, actually, but is it similar or the same to the thing that you use for Donkey Kong?
What's the thing you use for Donkey Kong?
There's something you got to plug into your controller for Donkey Kong, or else it like doesn't work, I think.
For Donkey Kong, you have to plug it into, right? Don't you have to plug it? You have to like put something into the actual Nintendo 64.
Is that what it is? I thought you put it in the controller.
I don't think so.
Huh.
For the controller, there's the Rumble Pack, and then there's the memory card pack.
Yeah, the memory card thing.
Oh, do you need that for Donkey Kong? Maybe, I don't know, but that
I don't either.
You use that to like save your game.
Oh,
and then you could you could take that out and like bring it to somebody else's house or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
And you
too.
Keep your save. It is a very strange, like
they were working out the kinks of that. They didn't quite know what they were doing.
Yeah. What I love about it is that they like theoretically, I think like when the Nintendo 64 first came out, like that was just on the controller. There was just a hole in the back, but there was nothing to put in it. It's just like
no one
we'll
asked
make something eventually.
That's interesting.
But yeah, no, the Rumble Pack is great. Like, I feel like I don't necessarily know if, because obviously every game didn't use it, but like I remember specifically most using it with Zelda.
Oh, okay.
Because first of all, there's the we'll talk about it in the next episode, but there's like the Stone of Agony, you know?
Okay.
Where like I don't remember where you get it, but when you have that item, like if you like walk over an area where there's like a secret like hole or something like that, it'll rumble.
Oh, that's cool.
And then also just like when you like roll and like slam into stuff, it'll like rumble and stuff, which is great.
That is, I guess that is a pretty fun part about like every following Zelda game.
I feel like that is probably like the first time that rumble is like a thing in game controllers, probably.
Wow. So Nintendo, that's like a Nintendo thing. They kind of invented that.
I think so, yeah.
It's so weird. That sounds like such, like, if you're looking at just rumbling in controllers, that seems like a total gimmick thing that would have gone away. It's so weird that that's now standard in every controller. Like,
yeah.
isn't it kind of, it's like...
No, it's great.
I mean, it's great, but it's just like, it
is weird, yeah.
Like, it wouldn't have been in my first concept of what video game controllers would be.
I think it's like, you know, there was like an obsession or like a fascination, like kind of like a striving for like VR kind of stuff in the 90s. And I feel like the rumble is like the one thing that was like, okay, this actually like works.
Yeah. I think
like,
that's what I mean.
Makes it more like feel like you're in like part of the game instead of
Yeah.
just like a weird thing that's like, why would you use this?
Yeah, because they did so many things similar to that to me that are like, you know, like the Hello Pikachu like microphone and just stuff that didn't really work or like wasn't very like satisfying or fun.
Wait, what did you use that for?
For Hello Pikachu. Did you not have that?
Is that an N64 game?
Yeah.
No.
And it's an N64 game where it's, oh my God, it's like Nintendogs.
I was going to say, is it like Nintendogs?
Yeah, it's like Nintendogs, but with, literally. It was, and it's so fun. You have the microphone and you say things to Pikachu to make it do things, but it never worked. Like you could never get Pikachu to do anything in that game, but it was very fun.
Goomba is like Gog.
Yeah.
Or was he jumping on a mushroom?
Oh, maybe it was like, that would have actually made the most sense. As if it's Mario is me, and then the mushroom is Nugog. And the pictures of you getting Nugog. Oh, no. It was the Goomba is all my problems, and Mario is Nugog.
Yeah.
To suggest that listening to the Nugog will crush all your problems like a Goomba. You caught us in the middle of a conversation about the memes that we tweet with each episode. Devin, where could they find these memes, dear listeners?
Well, you'll want to head over to twitter.com.
Oh, twitter.com?
And search for Gameography Pod.
At Gameography Pod on twitter.com is where you will find GOG memes.
100% GOG memes.
100% GOG, 100% memes.
Let's see this game. This game was not directed by the guy who directed Starfox and Starfox 2.
Oh, interesting.
Which I feel like is maybe why it didn't have like a lot of the weirder like design elements of Starfox 2.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll just make it like the first one, basically. Yeah. Not like really add much. What it does add is like an actual smooth like frame rate.
Yeah.
Which turns out is very important to making it actually playable.
Yeah.
And like able to like hit things when you're shooting.
Yeah. I mean, really all that this game is to me is like it's that first game with, 64 graphics and it works.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I know what I'm shooting at. Yeah. I can actually move my thing around my ship.
Yeah.
It's just a functioning version of that game.
Yeah. And this game feels, I don't know, maybe it's like the new director Takao Shimizu, or I don't know, somebody on the team. It seemed like they were more like blatantly just like into making it like Star Wars in this game.
I was thinking the whole time like this is just like the vibe of those parts of Star Wars.
Yeah, because they have like they have like the carrier ship and stuff, and then there's also like, like the dog fighting parts where you're like just going around in like circles and stuff. It's
and also just Fox is Han Solo. Like it's the same vibe, kind of like this like I'm just a reckless guy out here trying to shoot some bad guys. I'm noble, but I'm cool.
And then like the ending cutscene is literally like the end of Star Wars. Did you see that? Like, did you watch the credits part?
Yeah, is there a cutscene?
It's like, it's like while the credits are playing, it's like there's like a ceremony, and it's like Star Fox and like Slippy and them like walking down like a thing, just like the end of Star Wars.
Oh my gosh!
And then like, and then he goes like the Admiral like dog guy.
Yeah.
Goes like, Star Fox, like, do you want to like join the military? And he goes like, he's like, no, like I work alone or something. And then he just like runs off.
Wow, I didn't see that. So is that the post-credit scene? No,
it's like during the like while the credits are rolling.
I guess I probably just stopped like as soon as I saw the credits.
Yeah. Okay. The other last significant thing that is weird about this game for an N64 game is that there's like voice acting in it.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
I guess I didn't make that connection, but yeah, it is like...
I feel like there's like no other N64 games. Like there, obviously there's like little voice samples.
Yeah,
like,
no, but you're
Yoshi!
right.
And like,
like for example,
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo.
And Mamma Mia.
Oh, ravioli.
And oh, banana.
Okay, so we're realizing there are actually quite a few.
No, but those are like little clips.
Yeah.
This is like full lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's also
cutscenes.
This is making me realize it's weird. I guess probably because of storage, but it's like, why wouldn't they just do more dialogue?
Yeah.
It actually clearly is because of storage, because this game is just so small that they probably had the space.
Like I would. Yeah, that's the other thing about this game is like, it is like, if I got this and it was like, okay, they just made Mario 64, like that was like this crazy game, like Zelda's coming out, like all these games, like, and then you play this and it's like, it's literally like an hour long. Yeah. Still. Like,
it actually is weird that it's very distinctly a step back in the scope of it.
Yeah.
Because with both Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time, you have like a fully new sense of like how big a game should be. Mm-hmm. Probably a lot of other games on the systems coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
But this is very much an arcade game.
Yeah,
functionally in every way.
I mean, I guess their whole like the branching past thing is like you're supposed to play it a bunch of times.
Yeah, that is true.
To figure out how to get to all the levels, but it's like, who wants to do that?
Yeah. If
like if you really like love the game, then but like otherwise it's like, okay, like I don't want to play the first couple levels like a bunch of times.
I can't imagine going right back in and doing that again.
Yeah, no.
And that still would only make it like a few hours long at most, really.
And I'm at like, N64 games were like expensive, so it would be like you pay like $60 or whatever, and then like that's all you get. I feel like I bought it used, obviously.
Obviously.
So it was like $10 or something. Yeah. But I feel like if you bought it new, it'd be like, okay.
Nintendo actually, Miyamoto even, you could say, because this is about Miyamoto. Mm-hmm. He kind of has this like, he has a real pattern of putting out games, just like Nintendo puts out these games sometimes that are very hyped and high quality, but like very short in a way that's really disappointing. It's like the new Pikmin game was just like that, where it was like, it was so short. It was barely longer than this.
Really?
And I paid $60 for it.
Is it not like 6 hours or something?
It was something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
that is, I like a good like short game because it's like, okay, I can just like beat this and not like feel stuck to it.
Yeah.
Forever. So like to me, like 6 hours or so is like, that's a good length. Like,
yeah. I just feel like with the amount that I'm paying, it's like for a Switch game.
That's why I didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Brand new.
But the Pikmin's just so good though. And the problem with that is that Pikmin 3 is just it's perfect Pikmin. So it's like I want to play that for like 50 hours.
And the other problem with that is like it's also just not a new game. Like it's like for however many years old. Like so yeah.
They should make, how they're making that, like they're making the Breath of the Wild Pokemon game. They should make a Breath of the Wild style Pikmin game. Open world.
What would that even mean?
That's not for me to decide. That's for Miyamoto to decide.
You just like you run up to the edge of the cliff and you look over and there's just millions of Pikmin.
Yeah, you just like you do the whistle and you see the whole like landscape like pop up and you realize the whole thing is Pikmin.
And and there's like giant Pikmin in the distance. Like
the last shot of the trailer is like a shaky shot of like a mountain that turns out to like it rises and it's actually a Pikmin.
Without having played any of the Pikmin games, I feel like that would be a cool direction to go. It's like now there's giant Pikmin.
Oh, I truly don't know what you would do with a giant Pikmin, but that'd be so fun.
Can Olimar like pick up a Pikmin and like glide with it? Like
yes. Oh gosh. Also, I love the idea of playing Breath of the Wild as Olimar, where you're just like these like really quick, tiny footsteps going so slowly across like a big mountainside.
Does Olimar ever like take some Pikmin and like throw them on the ground and like snowboard on them?
He should. He will.
I mean, the whole thing is like throwing Pikmin to their death, right?
Yeah, basically. So it's like the weapons in Breath of the Wild. It's like you throw a Pikmin at an enemy and it just shatters.
Yeah, every Pikmin has like a durability.
Yeah.
Okay, this was a good selling game. Sold over 4 million copies. It's the best-selling Star Fox game in the series.
Of course.
And generally considered the best one, I think.
Yeah, who is going to argue that this isn't the best one?
What I have a problem with is, like, this is according to Wikipedia. I mean, there are, like lists and stuff that of like greatest games of all time that put this on there. And it's just like,
oh, come on. No.
It's just like does not belong on there, guys.
No. Oh my gosh. Even to say like the best Nintendo games feels like too much to me. Even to say the best like N64 games is like,
yeah, no, even that is ridiculous to me.
Like it's iconic and memorable in a lot of ways, but I think it's just because we played it as kids.
Yeah, I think I imagine like the way that they like added like cutscenes and like voice acting and dialogue stuff like blew like kids' minds
because I found that very satisfying and fun. Like just like the dramaticness of it felt kind of cinematic.
Yeah, but like there's like nothing like I don't know, like there's nothing like transcendent about this game.
Absolutely not.
It's just like it is just what it is. Like
it's Star Fox. It's fine.
It's like it's like fun to like hit a like really fast and like shoot stuff, and then it's like okay, I did that for a little bit, I'm good.
Yeah,
it's like it doesn't like feel especially like great to play, and there's like who cares about like the characters or anything.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Do you have anything else to add?
I did want to talk about the boss a little bit.
Andros?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I guess I'm wondering if possibly there's different Androsses based on which timeline you do.
I don't know. Are you about to sneeze?
Okay, now it's gone. So, you scared it off.
The lead up to Andros, I feel like is more interesting than the actual.
Oh, okay.
Like, do you know where like following like the running guy?
Yeah.
I felt like I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Oh, really? I did not like that. I mean,
yeah, it's like it's not like great, but it's like this is like more interesting than like a lot of the other bosses to me.
Yeah, probably. Like this was after like an hour to, for me, closer to 2 hours of playing Star Fox. Where like I was just like, I don't even care anymore.
Yeah,
get this guy out of my face.
But it's like you're chasing this guy. He's like running, and then he'll like knock things like. Or like things will kind of like fall and you have to like dodge that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's like directly attacking you.
Yeah. That is interesting. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought it was more interesting than just like this guy like swinging his hands at you.
It's definitely creative. Yeah, I just didn't really enjoy it. But I thought that the thing that was I feel like the boss battle is iconic, perfect Miyamoto boss. Because okay,
please tell me
here are my
more.
notes. Boss battle is iconic Miyamoto dash hands. Okay, because there's I think there's an Unraveled with Brian David Gilbert about this, but there's like in all of the Mario and Miyamoto games in general, there's constantly bosses with floating hands with eyeballs in them. Like this is like in Mario 64, in the pyramid you fight that. There's another one in Mario Odyssey. There's definitely one in some Zelda games. It's like floating hands with the thing in the middle is like an image that Miyamoto can't get out of his head. And that's what Andros has, basically.
Yeah, there's a hand boss in There's no eyes in it, I don't think. Oh no, there is in Zelda Zelda 64.
Basically what it is.
Yeah, it was called that for a while. There's a little gameography spoiler for you. Wait, what is the boss in Mario 64?
It's in the sand level. If you go in the pyramid, there's a part you go down into the bottom of the pyramid somehow through an elevator or something, and you fight this like hands with eyeballs in the middle of them.
I don't remember.
They talk to you.
Yeah. It's not necessarily. Yeah, I mean, I get that it's like the same thing, but it's not necessarily like eyeballs in this.
Yeah, but just floating hands where you're hitting a weak point in the middle of the hand.
Do you think Miyamoto had anything to do with Master Hand?
Oh, I was going to say also, it's Master Hand, Andros. Like, the way that it's like he's swiping his hands over is just like Master Hand. So clearly there, that was Miyamoto's.
They should have had Andros do the the spinny finger thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, where it like drills in.
Okay, so here's my question to you. So the hands, okay, fine. I can dodge those. Did you figure out how to dodge when he like sucks in?
Oh, well, Devin, this is almost like it's planned. The second thing that makes this an iconic Miyamoto boss battle is because clearly you've never played a Miyamoto game, Devin.
Clearly, because this is my first.
Because the way you do that is you shoot a bomb in. He's inhaling, and then you shoot a bomb, and he inhales the bomb, and then he blows up internally. And
I had
that
no
damages
bombs
him.
at that point, so
Rookie mistake. So that's how.
Wow.
Also, if you just break and kind of like swerve out of the way.
Yeah, I watched like a video of like somebody playing it after, and like what they did is like went to the side and then did a barrel roll.
Oh,
and for some reason that just like completely stopped it. It's like,
oh, interesting.
How would you? At least that's what it looked like. And it's like, how would you ever know to do that?
That's weird. I just like went off to the side and braked, and
I braked and like went to the side and like was like going back. I could not. He like sucked me up every time, and he chews you. Yeah, and does like a lot of damage. Yeah. So it was like, I just didn't care at that point.
You're just not a real gamer, I guess. See, I find it so crazy that you couldn't beat this boss because I had so much more trouble with every single other boss. It took me, I died once because I went with really low health, and then I immediately beat him. It was like very shockingly easy. Maybe I think I just got lucky.
I could have tried like a couple more times, but I just didn't want to.
No, I definitely get that. It's not very satisfying, and the boss battle isn't that interesting. So it's kind of like,
it is kind of like disappointing as a last boss. Yeah, which So it's better than the previous Starfox last bosses, but somehow it's still not great.
Yeah.
Even though it's essentially the same. Like it was, but previously it was no hands. It was just a face. Yeah. That like shoot lasers at you, and then he would do like the sucking in and like blowing stuff out at you. Yeah. I don't know why they like why is that? Like they never explain what that is.
Yeah, why Andros is a giant floating monkey head.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is going on?
The one plot hole in this whole game, the only thing that doesn't make sense. Yeah, like literally, why is that him? Why is he a big old head?
Yeah, they don't explain it, and then you just like blow it up, and then it's like, okay. Like, no explanation of really like what that means or what happens after that.
My last note about it though is just it's a big face. It's like Mario. It's like it looks to me just like the face at the beginning of Mario 64, the one that we talked about before.
Yeah, if you shoot it in the right way, it'll like kind of like bling.
Yeah, it's like that face, but way less fun and way less put together.
Yeah. Is there any other Miyamoto big faces?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not.
I can't think of anything. Does the moon in Majora's Mask count?
I think it does. Yeah, I definitely think it. Why wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he Miyamoto's has a real thing.
My guess is, despite the Mario 64 thing, which I don't know was necessarily like what I don't know if that was necessarily like his idea. I mean, I'm sure he had something to like do with it, but like that was kind of already like a thing, and then they just decided to put it in the game.
Yeah.
I feel like this and then the moon would make me think that like Miyamoto is like frightened of giant faces. Because like the moon, the whole thing is like it like
Yeah.
progressively gets bigger.
Yeah, Miyamoto has a phobia of big faces. I think that's absolutely true. He has a phobia of big faces and a phobia of hands with eyeballs in them.
I mean, yeah. Do you think he's seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Yeah, that's probably what inspired this.
He probably hates that movie.
It's like it all kind of it's like the stigmata. That's what it is.
Is that like a fear of
No, stigmata is like when like people like have like the holes in their hands like Jesus had.
what?
It's like when you
Is this a thing?
yeah. It's like
it's unnaturally occurring.
it just happens sometimes. It's like I think it's like a thing where in a story someone will be like holy or something, and so they have stigmata, and like they naturally start growing the holes in their hands that are like Jesus of Nazareth up on the cross being crucified, nailed to the thing.
What?
Is
this
Andy
like...
still here? Can he come explain this to
No,
us?
he did leave. Did Andy tell you about this?
No, this is just to me. This is like common knowledge.
Wait, what is an example of that? Like, what's a story that this...
I don't. There's not an example of it. It's like a.
You said in holy stories or whatever.
I don't know. I really don't know much about it or like where it comes from, but that's how I've always imagined it. It's just like a thing that it's like a reference.
Wait, like so it'll just like
maybe
like you're like marked by God or something, and then like you just get these holes in your hands.
Yeah, This is like the episode where we start researching Birdo. We're just gonna start. You're gonna start looking up live.
Okay.
What is stigmata?
Yeah, it's the appearance of bodily wounds, scars, and pain in locations corresponding to crucifixion wounds. Okay, what? Okay. I wonder if it was like a high percentage, in parentheses, perhaps over 80%, are all stomatics of women.
What?
I don't know what that means.
Stigmatics?
Stigmatics. I would assume that means like
the people
who have stigmata.
Diagnosed with stigmata. Mostly women. That's really weird.
Yeah, I bet it's like a thing. Most cases of stigmata have been debunked as trickery.
Most.
I would guess it's like a thing of like those like some like people would somehow get a mark or like, and then they would like, just like assign significance to that.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought you were saying like it was a thing and like it was like a trope where like it's like someone would get like a mark and then like their hand would just like spontaneously open and like have a whole hole in it. That's what I thought you were describing.
That's so weird.
I mean, hey, that's
all of this.
Listeners, tweet at us if that's what you thought Tim was saying.
Please find us on twitter.com @GameographyPod and tweet us what you thought I was saying.
There's this guy showing his stigmata off.
Well, that's cool. Look at this guy.
He does just have giant holes in his hands.
The way he's like holding his arms in a way that's very kind of like
rap god.
Oh, these things? Like, oh, did you notice the big holes in my hands? Oh, these.
Yeah.
Always end on stigmata, right?
Buddhist stigmata are regularly indicated in Buddhist art. What is Buddhist stigmata? That you don't like. There's no context.
The same thing, but Buddhist.
How like Buddha died on the cross.
Well, thank you for tuning
Thanks for
in
listening.
to Stigmatography.
Stigography.
Stigogmata. Stigatagog.
If you like, I think the Nintendo version of that is like if you got like blisters on your thumbs in the place that like Miyamoto did.
Yeah.
I don't know where else you could get it, I guess.
I'm just like Miyamoto.
I am one with Miyamoto.
He lives through me.
Follow us on Twitter @Gameography.
I mean, if you want to see our memes.
Yeah.
I took a picture of Devin. I'm going to put that on there. You get to see Devin.
You can see like some show notes and references.
There
and
are
things
actually
online at gameographypod.com.
Oh, Oh, there's a website?
There is a website.
With convenient links to all the different streaming services that we're on and our YouTube.
That's right.
And 2 pictures of us. Well, one picture of each of us, respectively.
Yeah, we still need to... By the time we do that picture of us holding Miyamoto, the season's going to be over.
Yeah.
And because I know now that there's some of you listening on Apple Podcasts.
There are?
There's some people.
Somebody's listening.
If you want to, rate us or anything like that, we would not mind.
Yeah, please. Anyone out there? Katie, Matt, whoever's listening.
Whoever has an iPhone. Because we do not.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the show, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's what you call a podcast.
So that's podcast to me. Bye-bye.